Contributor and author of the book Things That Matter, which has been #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for 10 weeks in a row. Charles, the bailout looks like it's going to happen, really, at this point.
Well, it looks like it's going to happen because what the insurers called adverse selection. If you don't have enough young and healthies to subsidize the older and the sicker in the exchanges, then the insurers are going to lose a ton of money. And the numbers are way down. The percentage of the young and the healthy is so low that if this continues, and there's no reason to think otherwise, the insurers are going to be out a huge amount of money. But buried in the 2,000-page monstrosity called Obamacare are at least two provisions which allow for your tax money and mine to bail out the insurers. And I think it'd be a good time for the GOP to pass a one-line piece of legislation repealing those two provisions in the bill. And that will be a moment of truth for Obamacare.
Okay, but if we, the taxpayer, don't bail out the insurance companies, then the risk pool, they don't get saved from their bad risk pool. And then the architects of Obamacare told me that's when you begin the death spiral, which means the law starts imploding, which means the insurance companies, they're not going to provide insurance for free. So next year, the premiums that people are already paying are going to go up, way, way, way up. And then the whole system could collapse, which people who don't like the law might say, great. But other people are saying, what are we left with? Single payer? The government steps in to take over?
Right. Well, that's been the argument against the scenario that I've advocated. But I find it unimaginable that a country that has just suffered through a year, it would be a year, say a year and a half, of semi-nationalization of health care, and seen what a disaster it is, starting with the website and ending with people losing their insurance, the bankruptcy of insurance companies, that a country having suffered through semi-nationalization is going to want to choose now total nationalization. I think that's completely implausible. I think what will happen is either the insurers will pull out of the exchanges, in which case it implodes and we have to do something else. Obamacare will be eviscerated, or the insurers are going to be stuck inside of it, and they will begin to lobby against it. Because remember, the insurers were co-opted into the system. They were part of the Obama administration, the construction of Obamacare. They were given the assurance, we give you a cushion, you got to bail out. You take that away, the insurers will be running around with their hair on fire, and they are not going to look that favorably upon a system that will destroy them.
And the question is, are they going to need the bailout? And as I said at the beginning of the segment, it's looking more and more every day like they will. Originally, the administration said their goal was to have about 40% of the folks signing up be young people.
Right.
Now we find out they only have 24% who are young people. So now they're saying, oh, maybe 30% is good. But I mean, they told us already that they need 40. And Charles, apparently the solution to get more young people enrolled and involved in the government's health care program is Richard Simmons. Let's show the audience a clip of what they're rolling out now.
I think they're saying be flexible about your health insurance options. Get covered. Hashtag COVERED. Get covered
for you and me. You're so sensitive.
I know, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel inspired to tell my friends to sign up online.
No, never did I think I would have the opportunity to ask Charles Krauthammer about something like this, but your thoughts?
Well, you see, here's how it works. You watch the video, it induces such a national wave of nausea and headaches that people will be running to the website to sign up. I think that's actually the strategy.
You're the psychiatrist, so you would know best. I don't know, Charles. First, we had Pajama Boy, which was meant to, inspire people to get covered and talk about health care over Christmas. Now we've got Richard Simmons. It's fun to laugh at, but we're paying for it. And the truth is, we don't know how bad things are right now. We started by saying they fudged the Medicaid numbers. Then we heard testimony from CMS yesterday that the 2.2 million that they claim they have enrolled in the paying part of the website, healthcare.gov, where you actually have to pay, unlike Medicaid. We don't know whether that number is real at all, because we don't know how many of them have paid.
All the numbers that you get from the administration are either inflated or made up. like the enrollment number, because nobody has any idea. Look, it's as if Amazon were to count as customers, not people who went to checkout, but who simply had stuff in their cart. That's not how it works in the private sector. But the administration is pretending that if you have a plan in your cart but you haven't paid for it, you are enrolled. Well, we'll see. I think this is a vast inflation of their enrollment numbers, and it is their only way to produce the illusion that this is working. Because once the illusion is removed, I think it collapses of its own weight.
Last word before I let you go. Do you think that the no bailout push in the House has any chance of actually passing? I mean, President Obama is not likely to sign it if it does pass, but what do you think the chances are?
I think if it passes in the House, it will be stopped in the Senate, and then I would be a little bit adventuresome if I were the GOP. Then you tie it to the debt ceiling. Imagine Democratic red state senators, or even Obama, arguing to the nation, I'm willing to see the debt ceiling breached, America losing the full faith and credit of our debt, our currency, in order to preserve the bailout of insurance companies. That's not an easy case to make. If you are Mary Landrieu and you're in a tough race in Louisiana for re-election, that will sink you.
Charles, great to see you.
Thank you.